Hi, everybody. It's Hugh. RBC Canadian Open week is finally here. And what kind of excitement can we expect at Hamilton Golf and Country Club? Well, how do you top Nick Taylor's 72-foot putt to win last year in a playoff and become the first Canadian champion in 7 decades? That is a tough act to follow. Pleased to catch up with a man who had the best seat in the house for that historic putt. Nick's caddy, Dave Markle. Dave, how you doing, buddy?
Doing great, Hugh. Thanks for having me on. It's hard to believe it's almost been a year, right?
Crazy. What a year it has been. So you guys are just coming out of the PGA Championship. This is obviously a very, very busy week for you guys, the RBC Canadian Open week. What's the mindset heading in?
Yeah, good question. Obviously Hamilton's changed a little bit since the last time we were there. We've both been there a couple times. It's exciting to kind of obviously get there as defending champions. It's kind of a new beast. And it's going to be an exciting week, and it'll be great to see the golf course and kind of see how it's changed and kind of plot our way around and learn it the first couple days. I know Nick's got probably a ton of obligations, and it'll be a fun week.
Yeah, this isn't just another golf tournament for Nick or for any of the Canadians competing this week. So can you describe the pressure to defend not only just a regular PGA event, but the Canadian Open? What kind of pressure is that?
I don't know. I mean, the word pressure, it's all kind of self-induced, really. You can listen to the hoopla and everything that's going on around you, or, you can just kind of, obviously Nick's got his own expectations. I'm not sure what they are. We'd love to defend, obviously. But there's, all you can do is all you can do, really. And we're going to be kind of prepare as well as we can, like it's another tournament, and go out there and do the best with each shot at hand, right?
How great is it though to be able to, call back to those memories of last year in terms of dealing with that pressure or opportunity, however you want to describe it. How important is it to have that win under your belt last year heading into this year?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's important kind of every week to almost draw back on that. Whatever tournament it is, Nick will look at me on the third hole and kind of laugh and smile and say, "Hey, remember that time we won the Canadian Open?" Or I'll say that to him, and it's obviously a memory that we kind of probably love to replay in each other's minds heading into tournaments, and it gives you the confidence and belief that you can do it and that he has done it, and we can kind of do it again, right?
Yeah. Hey, remember that time we won the Canadian Open? I love that. I love it.
All right.
So, how important is it to keep him loose this week?
Yeah, for sure. I think that's going to be key. Looking back at last year, it was kind of a interesting time in his life. Him and his wife Andy had just had their second child, and he's away from home. And probably the weeks leading into it, I would say that he was prepared and wanting to be at tournaments, but obviously there was a kind of a pull and him wanting to be at home to be there for Andy and the kids too. So, it's, I think the first round we kind of got off to a rocky start. Obviously, we're in 120th after the first day, and he kind of adjusted his mindset the last 3 days, and look what happens. It's kind of the 15th club in the bag, right? Your mindset and how you choose to kind of perceive things and the attitude that you take into every day. So it's important for me to keep him loose, and I don't think it's going to be too difficult this year with it's a special week. Obviously it's a different week, but it's kind of the same as any other week at the same time, right?
Yeah, I mean, you have to kind of, I guess, embrace how special it is. But once you hit that first tee shot on Thursday, then it just becomes another golf tournament, right?
Yeah, it's just it's another opportunity, right? It's another opportunity to kind of Nick to test his game and to kind of see where he's at with the practice he's put in, and an opportunity to kind of get better and learn and grow like every week is, right?
Yeah. The Maple Leaf, of course, will be everywhere at the Hamilton Golf and Country Club. things could get a little bit rowdy. Now, we're not talking about like WM Phoenix Open rowdy, where Nick won this year in that crazy environment. How much does a rowdy crowd help? Does it help him focus? Does it take away from his focus?
I'm not sure. I mean, that's kind of a question that's better suited for him. But obviously, coming down the stretch in Canada last year and at Phoenix this year, they were two pretty similar environments, and he thrives when he's in the moment with the chance to do it, and knows when he knows kind of what he has to do, and he just he's got that killer instinct, and he kind of always has, dating back to when he was an amateur, and it's part of the one of the reasons why he was one of the best amateurs in the world, or the best, and why he's kind of elevated his game on the PGA Tour, and the last couple of years here.
Well, you guys kept your focus in that absolutely insane environment in Phoenix to go on to the victory. Anything else is going to pale in comparison. I think no matter how rowdy the Canadian crowd gets, it's going to pale in comparison to that, I think.
Right. It's nice to have it in our back pocket when
Yeah.
I'm sure it's going to be, I'm the kind of guy that tries to stay in the moment and not think too far ahead, but I'm sure, the first tee on Thursday, it's going to be kind of rocking, and it will be all week. And especially if we can, kind of play our way into the mix again. And it's great to have, events that, he's won, that we've won, and to have those crazy environments. I couldn't really think of, it's tough to kind of to top the win in Canada, and from a non-major standpoint, if you're going to win a tournament, Phoenix was pretty fun one, pretty good one to do, right? Especially kind of in the fashion that he did it in, and yeah, it's been a fun couple wins and a fun couple years, obviously, right?
Yeah, that was so much fun to watch that the Phoenix Open on television. I can imagine what it was like right down there in the midst of it. So you guys have or Nick has played a couple of Canadian Opens at Hamilton Golf and Country Club, T27 in 2019, missed the cut in 2012. Let's talk a little bit about the course. This is a traditional setup with some recent tweaks from course architect Martin Ebert. So how does it set up for Nick's game?
To be honest, I'm not really sure how much the golf course has changed. I know it's mostly bunkers and green complexes. I don't think a whole lot of yardage has been added, or holes, or the shapes have been changed. But I think it's a great golf course for Nick. Knowing what I've known from it in the past, old school tree line, you got to kind of plot it around and hit shots, and I think it rewards good kind of short mid iron play, and
So it's
no
not a
matter where
bomb
you
and
play.
gouge. It's not a bomb and gouge course, is it?
No, I think they've taken some trees out, so it's probably more open than what it has been in the past, but it probably affects more than the viewing kind of experience than it does from like a bomb and gouge standpoint, right? It's from what I know of it, it's kind of an old classic, Canadian golf course. It's one of my favorites that we play every year, and it'd be nice if we could, um, you know, play there more often than what we do.
Yeah, or at least those types of courses, right? You'd mentioned before we started that Valhalla, just being as long as it was, didn't quite set up all that well for Nick, and so this one is obviously going to suit him a little bit better, right?
Yeah, I think everyone's game kind of suits a certain, stereotype or certain golf course. It's no surprise that Bryson and Xander were kind of right there at the end. The last couple golf courses we played at the PGA and at Charlotte a couple weeks ago, they've definitely rewarded longer hitters. Nick's kind of average in length, a little probably a little above, but great iron player, and great around the greens, but it's a big difference on those golf courses if you're coming in with a 4-iron opposed to like a 9-iron, right? In some cases, that's probably the difference. But it doesn't mean that on paper, maybe if a golf course doesn't suit you as well as what your stats or what your game kind of shows, it doesn't mean that you can't have good weeks there, right? And good days. So, um, you know, Phoenix maybe in the past hasn't suited him that well, and we've tried to kind of prepare as well as we could there the last couple of years, and it's worked out. And going with the mindset that we can, you can have good days here like this. You can have a good event here, right?
Yeah.
So it's all about
Coming,
how you kind of look at things.
sure.
If you know, like places like maybe Torrey Pines doesn't suit his game as well as what like a Hilton Head or a Copperhead in Tampa does. And you just kind of, those are weeks I think when your attitude's got to be really good, and you've just got to be you've just got to kind of be good to yourself and be very patient, right?
Yeah. Um, coming from Valhalla to Hamilton, and do you and they're very different courses. Do you change your strategy at all? Do you change how you attack the golf course?
Um, I mean, you kind of take what the golf course gives you at the end of the day, right? He's driving it very well right now, so I expect he's going to have a lot of good looks from the fairway. And it depends where the pins are, and you try not to get too greedy, and you go at the ones that are green lights, and you play to the kind of the safe side or hit smart shots to the ones that are maybe tucked or with trouble around them, and you know you can always make a putt, right?
Yeah. You guys superstitious at all? Are you going to do anything special for this tournament?
I think Nick probably more so than I am, but
Like
I
carry a loony around with you or something?
right, I don't know, I don't think so, but he likes to do things a certain way, and you know uh, we're just, I think we're both kind of ready to go, and
Yeah.
probably get the week started
Yeah.
and go
How
have
how,
fun with it, right?
how many times are you guys going to watch that putt in the days leading up to tee off?
Yeah, I probably will this afternoon, to be honest. Week off at home,
Yeah.
and why not get the good energy and good vibes going, rolling into the week, right?
Yeah, I still get chills watching that thing. That is, we can't. We've talked about it before. We can't talk about it enough. It really, truly is one of the greatest moments in Canadian sports history, and you were right there for it. If it goes to a playoff, hey, you guys are 2-0 in playoffs. So if it comes to that,
Pretty
luck,
good odds, right?
yeah, luck
He,
is on your side. Yeah,
yeah, he's an assassin in the playoffs, right? Knows
yeah,
knows how to get it done, and yeah, he's definitely, if I could pick one guy you know to do it in the playoffs, it would definitely be him, right?
yeah. Just like I said off the top, I don't know how you guys top that, but if you can, feel free to go and top that memory from last year.
Right. We're gonna do the best we can. That'd be great to be in that position on Sunday afternoon, right?
Yeah, coast to coast to coast, Canadians will be hoping, praying, and fingers crossed for you and Nick out there. By the way, there's a great article about you in the latest edition of Score Golf magazine. Pick it up at your nearest golf town. That was a really interesting article.
Yeah, thanks. All credit to Jason Logan on
Yeah,
that. He's a tremendous writer and great dude, and he reached out to me back in January, I guess, and he was down here for a few days in Orlando for the PGA show, and I went over and met him at um, Winter Park 9-hole golf course there,
yeah,
and I tweaked my neck, so I wasn't able to play. We were gonna play, but I just kind of walked around with him, and it was fun. We had a chat for a couple hours, and like I said, he's a great dude, and it was, yeah, it was fun to kind of, for him to do that, and the article turned out great, and I've had a few people kind of contact me about it, and
yeah.
yeah, just very grateful that he was able to do that and that he was interested in doing it.
Yep, it's a great read for sure. And maybe next year, I'll get you to come out with me but your back's going to be sore. You hurt your neck this time. Your back's going to be sore because you've been carrying me around the golf course. That's what Dave Markle, thank you for joining me. Very busy week for you and Nick. Best of luck to the both of you as you try to make it 2 RBC Canadian Opens in a row. Good luck, my friend.
Thanks, you. I appreciate it. I'm sure we'll see you next week, and yeah, hopefully we can do it again. That'd be great.
You bet. Thanks, Dave.
Cheers.